What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk some medical kit and gear today, specifically the Ryker nylon kind of ankle mounted kit to carry your trauma stuff around with you. Now, I generally carry a pretty big setup like this in my vehicle, in my range bag. I've got a couple of these, not specifically the Vanquish one, but I've got a couple of trauma kits. One that stays in my vehicle, one that stays in my range bag or with me. And now I've got this Ryker nylon one. I've tested a couple of different kits over the years, and I really like this one because I wear it on my ankle when I'm out, when I'm doing something. It's nice and concealed and compact, but you can fit a really good amount of stuff in there and still have it be fairly comfortable once you get used to wearing it. Now, a question that we all have to ask ourselves is, what is your life worth? What's your friend's life worth? What's your family's life worth? I would venture to say for most of us, it is probably worth having some form of medical kit, either on us or nearby. For those of us that carry our Second Amendment stuff everywhere we go, or maybe a knife or some other version of self-defense, you have got to carry some form of medical supply with you. At bare minimum, you need to carry a tourniquet with you, or some quick caught, some combat gauze, something like that. Because should something happen, you don't want to be in a scenario where you could have saved your own life or the life of someone you love, and you didn't because you didn't carry something with you. And that is where this Ryker nylon setup is going to come into play. And it's got my favorite color, orange, on it. You guys, you really need to think about carrying this stuff. I will leave links for this and for all the medical stuff that I carry down below. You've got to look into it because you can carry minimal gear and you can make a huge difference. One of the craziest things out there is if you think back to the Boston issue, the marathon bombing, you can see there's a photo of a guy wearing a cowboy hat and they're carrying a dude whose leg is blown off. He is holding that gentleman's femoral artery. We didn't know that was going to happen. He didn't know that was going to happen. You need to carry some version of medical kit with you. Now we're going to get into this thing. I'm going to show you what it's all about and what you can fit in here because it's very comfortable. And once you get used to it, it kind of feels weird at first and it's down there, but you tend to know or forget that it's actually there. But it's better to have something like this on you than nothing. Now, if you carry bare minimum, like I said, tourniquet, combat gauze, something like that, you're going to be doing all right. So everything you see here, like I said, there will be links down below for you. If you're interested for supporting the channel at all, I have that subscribe star going. That will be linked down below. We're going to go ahead and get into this and see what you can fit in here and how this fits on you right now. Let's get into this Ryker nylon gear ankle mounted trauma kit. So what you get is not everything that's in here. This is going to be the actual Velcro strap thing here. This one happens to be the orange backed one, which I personally like because I kind of dig orange. So it does have a flexible additional strap if you're putting it around a boot or you have bigger legs or something. But the actual trauma kit right here is going to fit around most people. This is really going to be for people that are wearing boots or anything bigger because you can see you know, how much you can get through here. That's my hand going all the way through there completely open. So it is a pretty good size. Now let's talk about what I actually have in here. And like I said, this is fairly comfortable once you get used to wearing it. First couple days, you're definitely going to know something is there. It is a little bit bigger than it should be because I'm using my Raptor trauma shears in right now from Leatherman. These are quite big for something like that. Obviously, regular trauma shears are going to be far thinner and it's going to take a lot of the girth out of there. So these, not the preferred way to go, just the ones I have on hand right now. I don't know where the heck all my other ones went. I think I have them at work. SOFT wide. Now, some people like the cat tourniquet, some people like the SOFTs. This is a great one for space saving because it doesn't have the big loops coming out or anything. Makes for a nice tight package. I like that. I like to buy some of my medical stuff in those bright colors because if you're putting it on me, I want you to know where it is right now. If you have the other style trauma shears, you can put them in here and loop this through there. I have those which have a catch on them, so I leave them in there. In here, I've got one set of gloves in here right now. Generally, what I would do too is have, you know, just a plastic bag with a couple extra sets and put it on the outside right like there. That way you've got more gloves. Very important you have a marking pen with you when you're doing any kind of medical stuff because you always want to mark time, especially if you put that tourniquet on. So doctors know what they're dealing with and how long that's been on, and they can start making decisions on what they're going to have to do. Now up here in this pocket, you see you got two big main pockets, and then you've got this kind of smaller pocket right here that'll fit a pen, trauma shears, gloves, whatever you want to throw in there. The other main pocket in there, I've got some rolled combat gauze. Very good stuff to have. It works well, so good stuff there. I've got two nasopharyngeal tubes up in here. If you put these in here like this, just make sure you don't fold the tube. Make sure you're just over it like that so you don't cause any damage or permanently crimp those. Technically,
I've been told they won't permanently crimp, but I don't want to mess with that should I ever have to put that on somebody. You also have a slider pocket, which is all the way in this orange backer right here. And for me, that's where I've got two hyphen vents. So these are chest seals pretty much from groin to upper clavicle area. If you're taking a round, why not? Put it on there, it's not gonna hurt. I don't carry chest vents just because I keep seeming to break the tube on them or whatever when I've got them in a bag or something, so I just stopped carrying them for now. Plus, these are pretty much going to be what I'm going to use. I'm not going to get into sticking people with needles. So that's just kind of my thing. I have carried them before. It's just not something I have in this specific kit. So you can see what you can get in here. It's a pretty good amount of stuff, and this is something that is far easier for you to, take with you, get out of your car, leave it in your bag, bring it out, strap it around your ankle or whatever so you have that thing with you. Grab this as compared to a big old monster kit like this one, which obviously houses quite a bit more stuff, but it's quite a bit bigger. This is really a run and go option here, and as long as everything is strapped in here right, it's going to be just fine. This is a great option for the movie theater and all those other places. Always think about your medical gear. If you're a 2A supporter and a person that carries any kind of self-defense, you need to have medical gear with you as well.
Now, as everybody saw, you can fit a really good amount of stuff in here. You've got that extendable strap there in case you have a little bit bigger of a leg like me. But there's some good stuff you can fit in there. As you saw in mine, I had a tourniquet, had some combat gauze, had some of the nasal pharyngeals in there, had those chest seals on there. This is good stuff, a pen, some gloves. These are things that we need to have on us, especially if we're at the range. I'm not generally worried about me at the range. I'm worried about everybody around me and the crazy stuff they're doing. But God forbid should something happen, we've got to have something with us. And this allows us an option to carry in a very low-key way everywhere we are. You can carry this to the grocery store. You can carry this to the church. You can take it off, throw it in your EDC bag, and then when you walk into a store or the mall or a theater, you strap this around your ankle, you're concealed, you're low-key, and you've got everything you need to save your life, the life of your family, or the life of another person around you. Now, when it comes to cost, I think these are like $56 for this version of it, and I think you can actually buy the whole medical kit off of their website. It's pretty good. There are some things you could add to it, so I will put links for both of that stuff down below, and then I'll put links on Amazon to where you can buy and kind of outfit your kit as you go if you don't have all the money to get everything right now. Bare minimum, even if you don't have this, get a tourniquet on you and carry that with you. If you've got the extra expendable funds, you can get something like this and you can outfit a full kit. You can get the NPAs, you can get chest seals, you can get different tourniquets, pens for marking time, especially some gloves for that self-protective. Try to get all those things in there at some point. Build your kit over time. You're gonna have a better experience if you kind of build it over time rather than just trying to buy sometimes a batch kit all at once. It may have things you don't like or don't need or aren't the best ones out there. So get out there and have some fun, guys. Think about upgrading your medical kit. Take a look at those links below. Have some fun on the range. I will see you all on the next one.